During an all-too-brief lifetime which spanned only 46 years, banjoist Buck Kelly created a legacy which will live forever. Born Lawrence Kelly in April of 1944, Buck Kelly grew up in Denver, where his first musical inclination surfaced during his high school years. Primarily a self-taught musician who did not read music, Kelly made a rapid progression from ukulele to tenor banjo to plectrum banjo while learning to play the piano as well. It was, however, the inspiration provided by legendary banjo artist Perry Bechtel which propelled Buck Kelly on a personal quest for excellence in plectrum banjo playing, which would guide much of his musical direction for the remainder of his life. Although he had performed casually during his college years, Buck Kelly got his real professional start at the original Northwoods Inn restaurant located near Denver in the early 1960s. Teamed with pianist Jay Siddell, the duo performed there as well as at several Shakey's Pizza Parlors before moving on to the Red Slipper nightclub and ultimately winding up at Denver's entry into the successful Your Father's Mustache chain in 1966. Shortly thereafter, Kelly's musical career was sidetracked when he was stationed in El Paso, Texas, while serving as a U.S. Army medic at the Fitzsimmons Army Hospital. While there, Buck often made use of his musical skills to entertain troops who had been wounded in Vietnam, as well as the Army brass, who often engaged him to perform at officers' club functions. Outside of Army life, Kelly had married his wife Debbie and had also become a regular performer at a popular El Paso night spot called the Turn of the Century. Following military service, the Kellys briefly returned to Denver, where Buck performed at clubs, festivals, and private functions prior to heading west for a 3-month engagement at Disneyland in California in 1974. While performing as part of Disney's Class of '27 show, Buck met tenor banjoist Eddie Davis, and the two became fast friends both personally and professionally. In addition to their work for Disney, Kelly and Davis paired off in the recording studio with a resulting album of banjo ragtime music, which is widely regarded as one of the finest offerings of its kind ever to be produced. In addition to music, Buck Kelly had a passion for sport aviation. Along with his brother Rob, the Kelly boys not only assembled their own Pitt Special aerobatic biplane, but invented a new precision aerobatic maneuver as well. Known as the 4-point snap roll, this exceedingly difficult maneuver not only won for Buck Kelly the Rocky Mountain Aerobatic Championship in 1980, but has gone on to become an internationally recognized test of flying skill and discipline among aerobatic pilots who have followed. Another love of Buck Kelly's life was his family. The two Kelly children, daughter Molly and son Aaron, were raised in as loving and stable an environment as one could possibly imagine with a musician and aerobatic pilot for a father. As each was exposed to music from birth and later given the opportunity to learn from the incredibly instinctive teacher their dad turned out to be, both Molly and Aaron Kelly had chosen to make music a part of their lives from a very early age and remain musically active to this day.
And the more I get, the more I want it seen. I played old Dr. Jazz in all my dreams. When I'm troubled down a mix, why, he's the guy that'll get me fixed. Say, hello Central, give me Dr. Jazz.
Having developed his musical skills and engaging stage persona into a unique entertainment package, Buck Kelly was poised for a 1980 invitation to do a 1-month engagement as the featured entertainer at the Fish Market in Alexandria, Virginia. Kelly's irresistible personal charm, coupled with his impeccable musicianship and satisfying vocal ability, made him a must-see attraction in the fashionable Washington, D.C. suburb eatery. As the one-month engagement stretched into the 9 years that Buck Kelly entertained at the fish market, politicians and celebrities routinely intermingled with the regular folk who had come to simply enjoy a marvelous performer who was completely at ease with his instrument and his audience. During the 1980s, Buck Kelly produced several acclaimed banjo recordings and became a welcome fixture at banjo gatherings and jazz festivals around the world. Sadly, just as his musical technique, an entertaining stage presentation, which delighted both banjo players and audience members alike, was being widely recognized and appreciated, Buck Kelly was diagnosed with the cancer, which ultimately took his life in 1990. While his unquestionable talent, humble nature, and great dignity in the face of a life-threatening illness will never be forgotten, Buck Kelly's untimely passing has left a void in the banjo world which will never be filled.